last
Let's
time
do
on
this.
D&D Z, our group, we found a creepy old man in the basement of the item shop. Or, well, we don't really know if
I'm gonna
he's
mute
old,
myself.
and we don't know if he's a human. We do know he is a man, though, and he is creepy. He was hitting on Templeon, and he was also, like, really OP, and he corrupted Wolf. And we did not want to fight Wolf. So then Templeon used the power of love and friendship to turn him back to normal. Not really, though. He just kind of temporarily did it, and then Sherry popped in and was like, let me handle this, and just immediately fixed him. And
Sherry
now,
popped in using her bitch magic.
yeah, literally. And, and she says she knows what's going on, so we were kind of following her. And then there was also a part that only Ira knows about where Sherry is actually a familiar. She knows that Ira is a familiar. And they were just kind of talking about that while the guys were dicking around with chicken nuggets. So we continue right where we left off, where they were feeding Wolf the chicken nuggets.
Hey, Corey,
And they're also going back to the Adventurers Guild.
Audrey just texted in the chat.
Oh, I did
Maybe
not
not.
see.
She
Oh
said maybe not tonight.
no. Ah. Okay. Well, that does make it easier.
Okay, I just wanted you to see that.
Well, thank you. No, it makes it easier because that means I don't have to stall until she shows up. Okay, so then in that case, Sherry and Ira went on into the Adventurers Guild already. So the rest of the guys are they're just outside. Templeon is still feeling a bit weird after his entire body changed what it was made out of for a second. So he's still kind of feeling that sensation. And Ares is still just kind of knocked out. So, other than that, they were just kind of feeding Wolf the chicken nuggets and just kind of chilling after that weird experience.
Man, is this being sick?
Well, considering that your entire body got messed with by magic, probably. Is there a magic sickness? Is that a thing? Probably a
know.
thing, isn't it?
I mean,
I don't know.
I have a spell that'll make you feel like you're high. Feel like you're floating in the air.
I don't know. All I know is I feel very weird.
Well, maybe Sherry can fix you up or something. Gonna have to go through all this shit again. Do you know how much shit I've had to deal with because of her?
Hello?
I can imagine.
A lot.
An amount.
It's a lot more. A lot more than I'd like to say. Which is why I typically just try to avoid her at all costs.
Man. It sounds like you've been in a very shitty situation for a while.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Okay.
He definitely he was looking at Rude while talking, but then after saying that, he just lifts his head up and is just
Audrey's
looking
here.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Yes, I know she is here. I saw, but she's muted.
I don't know if she's playing then. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just imagining it's like that real-time dub scene. Aw, fuck. She got us there, guys. Welp. And just looks off into the distance.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just fucking staring into the void with a big smile painted on his face.
Yes.
Literally.
So Wolf walks up and he does nudge on Templeon's hands.
Oh, what is it?
Is everything fine?
I have no idea. But I'm not dead. I don't think. I'm moving.
I don't believe
Cool.
so either. He sniffs. You don't smell dead.
I don't know if I smell.
At all.
That is a good point.
I mean, you smell like air.
I just see Garth like coming up doing a big sniff. Just yeah, no, he smells like air.
Wow. That sounded stupid.
Okay, we should probably go to the Adventurers Guild and try to wake Ares up.
Oh,
Okay, guys. Sorry, I was kind of tired.
There he is. All right, Ares, we're gonna go back to the guild. We're gonna see if Sherry can make sure that Templeon's not gonna die, and I don't know, probably grab a drink and take another job, I guess.
I'm also going to ask her if she can help us, get to the one guy so we can kill him.
Yeah. He did not look excited about that at all.
It's okay, Rune. It gets more exciting during the murder.
Yeah. He just kind of starts walking back toward the guild alone. Templeon,
Okay.
he's not sure if it is the weird magic going through his body talking, but he feels like there's something wrong with Rune.
Yeah, he wants to just follow Rune, just like walking in the most forced, casual way possible.
He's doing like that long arm strut.
Yeah.
No, hang on. It's like that new meme going around. Hold up.
Wait, can I roll a stealth roll?
Yes. Oh,
Actually,
please.
as a matter
Okay.
of fact,
I'm gonna roll stealth.
And I need to find that. I need to find that meme. Okay.
as a matter of fact, I need to get my 1d20 ready.
Templeon's 400-pound body, made entirely out of stone bricks, isn't very stealthy today.
Okay, I'll post this in the memes channel, but I'm imagining his version of stealth is DDD's walk cycle in this meme.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely let's do it. I just see, because all the townspeople have started coming out of the basement and like going back to what they were doing. So they're all coming out and they're seeing Rune looking like very conflicted and a little annoyed as Templeon is strutting down the street trying to be stealthy,
back.
but
I can just-
making
I can just hear the
yes, exactly. and he sees like a twig on the ground, so he tries to slowly reach his leg up over it, but that's rattling the stones even more.
Well, good luck getting
I
back.
could just see him. He perfectly manages to avoid stepping on the stick, only to plant his stone foot
Yeah.
fully into the ground.
he does do the annoyed, slightly looking over the shoulder, but then just looks back and just shakes his head. It's not worth it, Rune. It's not worth it. Just keep going. So they get back into the Adventurers Guild, and people have started returning to it. There's some clear adventurers walking about. They see a tiefling who looks to be covered in a lot of dark clothes, and as soon as they grab a job listing off of the wall, they vanish in a puff of smoke. There's also some burly looking guys in here, some fairly muscular women as well, and there is the ever so happy-go-lucky receptionist waiting for someone to take some more jobs, and there is also a barkeep in the Adventurers Guild. He appears to be a halfling.
Oh boy.
Alright, so Sherry's probably up in her library, so if you want to go check with her, it's just upstairs. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Okay.
And does Templeon go upstairs?
Yes.
Templeon starts walking up the stairs. I just see, like, with that happy face just
Yeah.
on his head, but, like, everyone in the Adventurers Guild is giving him a weird stare. And there's, like, those pirates from SpongeBob, like, wait a minute, is that I? As they see the golem just walking up the stairs. And he can clearly hear someone say, probably one of Sherry's freaks again.
Oh man. The people here are not very nice.
See, I wanted Aries to stay back where they came, but now
Um,
I really want him to be at the guild.
Okay, so Aries, I just see, does he just kind of like open the door? Does he slam those doors open?
It just kind of like drags itself through the door.
I just see like half of his body is numb right now, or like it's still asleep. So he's literally dragging himself across the ground with like one arm, and he opens those doors. just just one random, like everyone's looking at him, and just one random guy. Hi.
I'm human, I think. I'm just kind of tired. And
Right.
half my body don't work right now.
And they all just kind of turn away, though that tiefling appears behind him, and they do help Ares up, though they don't say anything.
Why, thank you.
The tiefling, with a glove-covered hand, does a thumbs up and starts walking Ares over to a table.
Thank you again.
Hey guys.
They sit Ares down, and they sit at the same table and nod. And they sort of just kind of look around the room really quick.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
we can
cool.
hear you, Hunter.
Alright. I'm gonna mute myself for a
And
little bit and then I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
And they look back at Ares, and they seem to be examining him.
Do you need some?
They put a hand under their cloak that they are wearing and take out what appears to be a piece of paper. They start writing something on it, and they flip it over to show him, and it says, "I am making sure that you are okay. Do you need something?"
Can he take out his notebook? Or the thing he's been writing in, and the thing.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like all of his notes?
No, just like the things, the paper he's been writing on.
Yeah, like all like the diary
Yeah.
entries, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he takes out his diary and he shows it to the Tiefling. Tiefling takes it in her hand and just start flipping through, just kind of examining. And there is something that catches their eye. They
I'm back.
Hello, Jacob. They put the diary back on the table and they take out a new piece of paper and start writing on that and show that to Ares. It says, "That cave that you traveled to, what did you find there?"
Not sure.
Alright. He's writing this down. Well, it was dark, and there were crystals, you guys in them. And then, there's this creepy guy. And then when we showed up, he ran away like a coward.
Tiefling nods, and he writes on his piece, or they write down on their piece of paper and flip it over to show Ares. And it says, "I could feel that was dark magic, very demonic in nature. There are only a few that I have encountered that have that amount of demonic presence."
Oh.
Also, Jacob, would you like Garth to join the others in the Adventurers Guild?
Sure.
Okay. So Garth walks in. Now, he sees a couple things. Templeon, he does not see. Just here on the first floor. There's a ton of people. There's a receptionist lady. He can see Rune over at the bar. And he can see Ares talking with someone. He doesn't know who they are, though the red tail sticking, the very thin, non-scaly red tail sticking out from their cloak identifies them as a Tiefling. So he knows that is a Tiefling, but because they are covered head to toe with very dark colored clothing, he cannot tell anything else about this person.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go grab a Pepsi.
Okay. So does Garth want to go over by Ares, go over by Rune, or go up with Temple, or try to find Templeon, I should say?
He wants to go up to Rune.
Okay. So Rune is just sitting at the bar. I gotta see how much. I don't think he even has enough money for a drink. He's poor.
I can get him one.
Yeah, he's poor.
I can get him one.
Can you?
Yeah, Garth wants to buy both of them a drink.
Oh, okay, yeah, he does have. Okay. So Garth walks over to get some Dragon Daniels. You know I had to bring it back. It's 10 gold for one. So it would cost 20 gold if you want to get Garth and Rune a drink.
That's fine because he could see that Rune wanted one, but he didn't have no money, so.
Rune's just sitting there looking very out of it, and Garth walks over and just slaps 20 gold right there on the counter. Will you ask for the Dragon Daniels?
Sure.
What? I mean, like, are you gonna voice it out?
Oh. Hiya there, sir. Ma'am. It, they, them. Anyway, that's besides the point. I need two of those delicious drinks right there.
Right away. The halfling, fairly typical of their kind, was in very high spirits as he started getting their glasses and getting the Dragon Daniels, and Rune looked over at Garth. Thanks, man, but listen, you don't have to go out of your way to do something nice for me.
What are friends for?
I don't know.
Friends, huh?
I thought we were friends. I mean, seemed pretty chill, just like the rest of the group, but no, it comes back to you. You do something nice, and somebody else does something nice for you.
Look, it's not that I don't like the rest of the group or you. It's just I haven't had the best track record when it comes to friends. I tend to, let's just say, mess things up.
So do I, my friend.
Aries trying to like flip over there.
Sure.
But I
Do you
have
want to roll for that?
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Rune.
What's that?
Where is Templeon?
Oh, he went upstairs to try to find Sherry. He's been up there for a while. Now, I do want to cut upstairs to show...
Oh, I was about ready to say, should I go check on him? But...
to show what Templeon's doing. So, he's made it up to the second floor. And he's made it to Sherry's library once again. However, there appears to be a force field. And whenever he tries to approach it, it hurts. Oh, it hurts bad. He's just been kind of like poking his finger at it for the past couple minutes, just trying to figure out how to get in there. Gavin, would you like to roll to see if you can think of a way to get in there?
Oh.
Damn.
He jumps over it.
Templeon is trying to think. And he does come up with an idea. He's not sure exactly how he's going to pull this off, but if Sherry uses normal magic, and normal magic can counteract dark magic, maybe enough dark magic can counteract normal magic. So if he could somehow amplify his dark magic and send it into this force field, he might be able to break it.
What if he has What if he looks for Garth? Help him.
Well, Garth can't use dark magic.
No, but doesn't he have like a spell to amplify stuff?
Oh yeah, I think he does.
What are you guys using to like find
Ow.
your spells?
That hurts. I'm gonna go
To
with my friends.
Wolf
Because I would like
nods in
to-
agreement. And what was that, Phoenix?
What do you guys use to like find your spells?
I just
Oh, so
look
I
it up.
have just the book.
Yeah.
But if you look up, what was that site, Gavin? Was it D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah,
D&D
there's
Beyond spells.
there's a website called D&D Beyond, and if you just like type in that and then what your character's class is, it should tell you all the spells that you have.
I just feel like Garth should walk up behind him, like, need some help?
Nah, let's have him walk downstairs. So Templion and Wolf walk downstairs, and they do see Rune and Garth, and they also see Ares attempting to flip over. Despite only being able to use one arm, he was able to somehow flip himself off of his chair. He was not going to make that landing, though, until the mysterious Tiefling was able to catch him by teleporting, seemingly. And by teleport, I mean disappear in a cloud.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, a cloud of smoke, and appear right where Ares was about to fall.
Yes, I did see there is an app called D&D Beyond.
And they give another thumbs up to Ares as they catch them.
Ares wants to point to the bar where them are sitting.
And
that's also where Templion wants to go.
And the Tiefling brings over Ares, and Templion walks over, and Rune is drinking the Dragon Daniels, but instead of just gulping it down this time, he's actually taking it slow. He's had Dragon Daniels before, and normally he would just chug it down, but this time he thought, these guys are cool. I don't know if I'm gonna see them again. I'm gonna take it slow.
So, cool thing, everybody. The upstairs is still upstairs.
Awesome.
Not cool thing. There's like a force field.
Of course she'd do that. Of course she would.
I can take it down.
How?
I actually have an idea.
You do?
Yes. So the field thing is made out of normal magic, which usually counteracts dark magic. But if we could get more dark magic, then maybe we could overpower the normal magic.
Suddenly, the Tiefling is like right next to the group as Templion says that, and they hold out a new page of paper that says, "I can assist with that."
Oh boy,
can
I love
amplify
getting assistance from shadowy figures.
And I can
The
cast a
Tief-
spell to amplify.
The Tiefling does a bow, like, thank you.
I like the idea of Templion subconsciously knowing that he's fucking stupid. Just like saying everything that he's doing wrong out loud.
Yeah.
Would you guys like some extra assistance from me?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? It's about time someone messed with Sherry for a change.
Okay.
Do we all need to roll?
And with that, they start going upstairs. Though, or does Ares try to go up on his own?
I don't even know if Ares wants to go up.
Does Ares just want to lay down there?
Yep.
Just lays on
Okay.
the floor.
Actually, can I roll to see if he could like gain the other half of his body back?
I mean, I could just give because he didn't get that
Ira
from
can play
battle
now.
or anything.
Ira can play now, I think. That's what she said. No, I still want to try.
I mean, if you want to do it, do it. But I'm just saying, like, I can give that to you for free.
Dang it. Oh, there we go. It was laggy.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. So yes, Ares has now regained the feeling in his one arm and both legs, and now can walk normally.
Just give the thing a thumbs up and take his note
Ah,
back.
Do I have to roll to see if I'm able to help with anything?
Maybe buy him a
Yes.
drink. Yeah, maybe buy him a drink.
oh, you want him to buy the Tiefling a drink?
Yeah.
It was
Ah,
a 17.
Oh shit! All right, hold on. Before we do any of that, I gotta check Aries' money. Oh shit! Yeah,
pretty
you're
high.
good. Oh
I
yeah,
spent
you're good.
relatively nothing.
Oh yeah, you can buy him. You can buy him a Dragon Daniels, no problem.
Obviously. I don't even know how much money I have. I think it's like
After buying the Dragon Daniel, you have 97 gold.
I don't know.
How many do I have?
You have 29 gold, 80 silver.
Is that for both
I
of us,
can
or
really
is
get
that
paid.
just for him?
Oh, that was just for him. Yeah. Do you
Okay,
want
good.
one for Ares too?
No.
Okay.
Just, if there's anything cheaper, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
rolled.
you can get water for free.
So is my role pretty successful for helping out with the force field?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
So so before the Tiefling goes up, Ares, or actually, does Ares want to give it to them before they go up and help with the force field, or after?
Go on. Before.
Did you say before?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ares buys the Dragon Daniel, and as the Tiefling is trying to go up, Ares. Oh no! You know what? How would you like Ares to give them the drink?
Just wants to tap on the I'm back to names. Just tap on its shoulder and just
Okay.
offer it.
Ares does so, taps on their shoulder and holds it out, and they look surprised and take it and seem very happy about this. And with that, they continue going up the stairs. They don't seem to drink it quite yet. As they walk upstairs, the others can see what Templion was seeing. In front of the library door, while you could see through it, you could also see that it was there, was a magic force field. It looked like a giant bubble. Like half of the bubble was covering the front of the door, and the other half was probably covering the other side.
There it is.
And that looks powerful too. All right, let's break it.
Alright.
Okay,
Now,
so
as Hemplion and the Tiefling get in position, Garf actually rushes up behind them and starts casting his spell to amplify them. As this happens, the both of them feel something coursing through their body. They feel like they're on air, like they could do anything. Templeon feels 10 times stronger than he was before. He doesn't even feel sick anymore.
wow, that feels nice.
Told you I had the good shit.
Now,
I have better shit.
Should I roll?
yes. And I
Uh-huh.
stop moving. There we go. Okay.
What did I roll for exactly? I kind of imagined it almost like as a punch or something, but I don't know.
Well, I would say
It's a magic thing.
right. I was gonna say like wisdom, because
Oh.
it's like him trying to get the magic from his veins flowing up into his hands.
Oh, his wisdom doesn't have a modifier.
Correct. But you did get amplified a good bit thanks to Garth.
Okay.
And you're not alone. As Templeon and the Tiefling reach out their hands and touch the force field, they get their dark magic to start coursing up into their arm and come out through their hand. And thanks to Garth's amplification spell, their magic does start to flow and the force field begins to diminish.
Wow.
Alright,
It's working.
Chicken!
Jacob,
Did somebody
sir.
steal my instrument?
thank you.
Yes.
What?
Sorry, Gavin.
As
I can't play talking.
the force field starts to diminish, it does break. It breaks into what look like small pieces of glass, and as those hit the ground, they just vanish into sparks.
Well, guess we can go in now.
This is gonna be good. Rune
Friend.
just starts walking up to open the door.
Can Templeon hug the Tiefling?
Yes. Templeon rushes over and hugs the Tiefling, and the Tiefling kind of looks a bit uncomfortable, but at the same time looks like they can tell this is very sweet. So they kind of awkwardly try to hug Templeon with the one arm that is still able to kind of move thanks to Templeon's hug.
Yeah, giving a hug to someone who has like a 4-foot height difference.
And I just see Wolf looking up at the Tiefling, wagging his tail.
God. I like how Wolf's kind of an idiot too.
Yes. He's only forest smart.
Yeah. He's only wise occasionally, and then every other time it's like
He's
a
dog.
Yeah, he's dog. Wolf even.
Reject humanity and return to wolf.
With an E.
So, as Rune has and he's got the biggest smirk on his face as he slams that door open, and they look inside the library, and it was empty. Well, that's disappointing. I mean, all the books were seemingly still there, but Sherry and Ira were gone.
Why did I even come up here?
Well, why did she put a force field up here is the better question.
A decoy,
Good
maybe?
point.
Who would like to roll for perception?
I'm already on
I
it.
would.
But I don't know why
Oh.
Aries would understand.
Damn.
Rune knows Sherry.
He does.
Again,
He doesn't like that he does, but he does.
I mean, it kind of makes sense that I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Aries
Aries-
just kind of looks around and, well,
I don't see
there's
anything.
books.
I
and
mean,
there's
he's
no
also still like
Sherry.
Musty
I mean,
in the
he-
wind.
he's still kind of like kind of mentally asleep.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. As the others are looking around, Rune starts kind of taking books off of the shelves. But then he looks down at the crystal ball. And as he squints, he kind of walks slowly up to it, kneels down. And as he does so, he can see Sherry and Ira inside of it.
What did they?
I want to break it. I really want to break it.
That
are
might
you looking
kill
at?
them.
So I found them, and he points at the magic ball.
Oh. Hey,
Don't
lady
break.
and Ira, what are you doing in there?
Yeah, get your ass out now.
And it doesn't seem like they can hear them.
Well,
They are visibly
up
talking to each other.
Ooh. Does Garf have a listening spell?
mm,
No, not one. At this point, you do not have one powerful enough to be able to listen through.
Could we try to break the other force field?
It's not a force field, they're just inside of the crystal ball.
Can Templeon just tap on it?
Do you want to roll to see how strong the tap is?
Just imagining he fucking taps it, you can see them fucking shake inside.
Hey, if he rolls too low, I'll do it because that's funny.
Eh.
Eh.
Here, hold up. I'll try to tap it.
Wow.
There we go.
Templeon looks at it and does just the tiny, like the easiest tap he can do. And there is like a bit of a tink noise as he does it, but it's yeah, but it doesn't seem like they notice. Garf walks over and like tries to dig his claw into it as he pokes down on it. And as he starts tinking it the second time, it's a bit more than a tink. A bit more like a and then there is a crack.
Well,
damn it, Garf.
can I try to roll again to see if I can hear anything through the crack?
No. That's not gonna work.
No, I just find it hilarious because like Garf is like the weakest one of all of them.
Oh,
Not really. I mean, you've got the most magic out of
I know-
anybody.
I know something. Something that Templeon can do here that probably won't help, but I imagine it's something he would do.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Breaking the orb. I don't know if we're supposed to do that. Are we supposed to do that?
Might kill
I
them.
honestly don't know.
Well,
It
I-
could kill them, or it could just annoy them, and that would be hilarious.
I'm going to
Well-
bet that it kills them.
I need the one lady alive so she can take us to the one guy so we can kill him instead. Can
Yeah, let's save the
Templion
murder for later.
cast Mending on the orb?
Yes.
Okay.
What's
And
mending?
you're gonna do that.
What's mending?
It
There we go.
Ooh.
fixes things.
Yeah, it's just what it sounds like. If
This is a
something's
very-
broken, it fixes it.
A very simple fix.
Yeah. However, in this situation, it's a bit different.
Well, yeah.
So as he places a hand over it and casts mending, the crack does fix itself. However, Sherry and Ira kind of glow for a minute inside, the same light coming out of Templion's hand, and then suddenly appear in the room. They appear from the crystal ball and fall on the ground.
Oh.
Now, Ira seems to have fallen unconscious. And Sherry, while she looks like she is about to, she is able to at least get back up. What the hell are you doing?
You were stuck in the ball.
I wasn't stuck. We were having a private conversation that you so rudely interrupted.
How are you talking when Ira's asleep?
That's not... Look, you fixed the ball. I thank you for that. But we have some important business. Speaking of, I will need you, Gold.
Sorry, I broke your
Well,
ball.
I was actually coming up here because I need you, because that one guy is alive probably right now, and that's an issue.
We need to change
Yes,
that.
we are going to deal with him. And she kind of looks over at Rune, who's just got this smirk on his face. You wanted this to happen, didn't you? Maybe.
He did.
I don't have time to deal with this. Okay. Alright. Golem, come over here.
Okay.
Templiana walks over and she puts her hand out. And as she does, it looks like the dark magic from Templion's body just starts to kind of exude out. Odd. There isn't a trace of normal magic in your body. Your magic transforming like that should have been impossible.
Tingles.
Tell me, did you feel anything afterwards?
Yes. I felt sick.
I will definitely have to look into this. Alright. Now then,
I feel like
on to the Dark Mage. The bad news is that I cannot find him. I'm sorry.
Murder?
You can't find him? Aren't you supposed to be the strongest mage in all of the Magic Council? Yes, I am, and that is what is concerning. This is no ordinary mage we're dealing with, not even an ordinary user of dark magic. No offense to you, Taefling. And Taefling just kind of waves the hand like, it's no problem.
So, you don't know where he is.
No, I do not.
So
Every turn I have tried to look for him has been blocked. He is able to block my magic. No one has been able to block it. And considering that you all managed to get past my force field, I shouldn't be surprised that his magic must be incredibly potent.
I could get through it easily.
It
So-
was not you who went through it.
No, but I hope I broke your force field.
This means that the forest is going to die.
Wolf kind of looks angry at her. I thought you said that it could be fixed. And she paused. She did not come up with anything. And Rune, the blood kind of drained from his face. His smirk immediately went away. You don't have a comeback. You're afraid, aren't you? She's still silent, and she turns to the bookshelves.
The forest is gonna die.
Most likely, yes.
Forest is gonna die. Can I
Aries?
have Templeon roll to stomp on the ground?
Yes!
The
Yeah,
forest is gonna
oh.
die.
I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna use my
Ooh, yes,
inspiration for this.
Yes, oh please.
Oh my fucking god.
Wow. Wait, what's his strength?
It's not very high.
Oh. Okay. Templeon, he stomps on the ground, but he can't even muster enough strength right now in order to completely destroy the second floor. It's what he wants to do, but at the same time, he's so angry that he can't do it. He's never felt this level of anger before.
Mm.
Aries try it.
Sure. You know what? Sure.
I want Garth to do something. What can I do? Wait, if his
Is
if
everyone,
his
is everyone going to try to collapse the building?
yes, might as well. Here, fuck it, why not?
Okay, yeah, Garth can't do it. I'm gonna have Garth try. Or you know what? No. This is funny. So Ares just quietly in the back, and I see the Tiefling turn and look at Ares, trying to go over to calm him down, but just raises up a leg, which he just got feeling back into, by the way. Slams it down. And the, half of the floor where him, the Tiefling, and Rune were standing, the boards collapsed.
Wait, hold up.
Down.
Are we having any kind of fight this session?
Maybe.
I was gonna say, because if not, I'm just gonna use my
We
inspiration.
just did. I fought the floor and I
Yeah,
won.
I mean,
But here,
you
no,
should've-
I'm using my inspiration. Damn.
And they all fell back down to the first floor, falling on top of some tables. Ow!
Is everybody okay?
Do that next time.
I feel like Garth, it's kind of late now, but I feel like at the time I should have did some kind of floating spell so that way I would have been okay.
No, Garth's fine. And the
Oh.
joke is, after that happens, Garth tries to slam his foot on the ground too, and it just kind of does like a little thump.
And Aries just
Oh,
gonna like
don't-
go sit outside.
Yes.
Hey, that looked cool. Let me try. Nope.
Rune is kind of rubbing his back as he has to slide off of the table that people were eating on, by the way. And he's walking back up to the library.
Yeah, like some spaghetti or something on his shirt now.
Yes. And as he's walking back up, Sherry she's walking to one of the bookshelves and she shows them. Just with her hand, she gestures where a book was. They notice that the rest of these shelves are completely filled. However, one of the books is not there. The reason the Dark Mage was here was because he stole my book.
No!
And,
What
Have to
Bart?
finish that.
and the reason that is a problem, Dragonborn, is that book was all about demonic summoning rituals.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's right. I'm not in
I'm
the
sorry. I
building.
shouldn't have said, oh no. That's a real panic. I should have taken it more serious. I'm sorry.
Rune walks back into the room. Okay, what'd I miss?
Oh, that book that's missing was taken, and it has summoning ritual for demons. I think that's what she said.
Wait,
Something like
No.
that. Yeah.
wait, he stole your book?
Yeah.
She is still quiet.
That must have been why he trapped all of the townspeople in those little crystals, so that nobody could stop him from just waltzing into this library and taking that book. I mean, there was
And
probably some other reason, but that seems likely to
That-
be.
seems to be the reason. And unfortunately, due to me not being able to detect him on my own, I wasn't able to stop him before he took it. She forms a fist with both of her hands, and they are trembling.
If we were here, they would have been stopped. We would have stopped him, and we would have saved the library.
Empleon has an idea. He wants to just walk up to Sherry, like completely blank-faced. Lady, who made me?
She was shocked at this question. It would be pointless to hide it anymore. I can't say exactly who it was that made you, but I do know what he was a part of.
What is
Millennia ago, there was an ancient civilization made of many races of various peoples from various cultures all around the world that specialized in dark magic.
I wonder if this
This
girl.
Magi civilization, as we called it, tried to use dark magic in order to better the world. In short, they took their efforts too far and they got wiped out by us, the Magic Council.
Hmm.
However, we are not powerful enough to wipe out an entire civilization by ourselves. There were stragglers.
Wait. Can Garth interrupt this conversation?
Yes.
Okay. Why? Okay. Garth wants to ask. Is that why I was summoned here? Because I wasn't here until the other day, and now I'm here. I remember getting killed in a battle.
I have read your mind and looked into your memories. You are indeed the god. Wait, so he wasn't lying? Unfortunately not. The problem with that is the reason the Magi had to be annihilated was because they created a creature more evil than any other in existence. We simply called it the Demon Beast.
Is that why I'm here? Because I took out a demon before. Am I here to...
Correct. The demon's only goal is to find someone powerful enough and skilled enough in the dark magic arts in order to take them from their plane and bring them to the mortal plane. Once they return here, where they originated from, then they can go to the familiar plane and finally the plane of the gods. The demon beast was created through dark magic. Essentially, it was the first summoning of a demon. You, Garth, were the one who ultimately sealed it away millennia ago. However, your spell was not the typical imprisonment spell. It was powerful enough to seal the demon beast away for all of eternity. If its seal was not weakened. And the price for that was your own life. But since you are back, that can only mean that the seal has weakened.
Wait, so you're saying that with me being alive, that is what weakened the seal?
I can't quite say for sure. I don't know if someone revived you, if someone weakened the seal, or some other third thing. All I know is with the information I currently have, it seems that the Dark Mage is trying to summon the Demon Beast again, or some other demon from the demon plane.
I don't know if you understand why I asked that question.
You want to know if that's the man who made you, don't you?
No. I know that mage isn't the man who made me. He said as much. What I'm wondering is the man who made me still alive?
She thinks for a moment. Well, hard to say. We are still hunting down as many of the Magi that we can find, so I can't say for certain if he has already been hunted down. But if I can take a sample of your magic, I can try to connect it to its original owner.
I only ask because this dark mage might be incredibly powerful, but it seems like he's only defending himself from normal magic. from the magic that the sorts of people that would hunt him down would use. I don't know, but whenever he was around me, he let his guard down completely. He was honestly really weird about it, but if we could find the person who made me, I don't understand how someone could make me and be evil. Maybe he could help us, or she, or it. I don't know. I don't know how birth works, but maybe they could help us find the Dark Mage.
Well, it's worth a shot. And she closes her eyes and she places her hand on Templeon this time. He feels a very odd sensation as she does take some of his dark magic from him. Now, something that everyone, in the room at least, since Ares is outside, he doesn't notice this, is that when she actually holds it in her hand, her body does start to tremble, her entire body. It looks like simply holding it, this pure dark magic, is causing her pain.
Gotta make sacrifices.
I will do what I can in order to find them.
Wait, I have one more question.
Okay.
I have one more question. So, like, if we seal this thing away, does that mean I lose my life again?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm willing to sacrifice my life again in order to save humanity.
Rune is watching all of this. The blood had completely run out of his face while just listening and watching through all of this.
Can Garth try to, like, cast a spell to heal him?
No, he's not actually hurt.
Oh.
He went white. He
Yes.
like out of like fear or
Correct.
surprise.
Oh.
Okay.
And
SpongeBob!
Rune turns and he leaves the room.
I think Templeon will stay for a minute.
I think Garth will too. I think he'll stick with Templeon.
And the Tiefling decides that they're going to walk out with Rune and probably check on Ares, so they leave. Oh no, never mind. They were still downstairs. So yeah. Rune is gone, and those two, along with Wolf, are staying up there. And as Sherry brings the dark magic over to the crystal ball, she places it inside. She starts trying to track it. And as she is doing this, that look on her face, that bored, expressionless look, finally washed away. She looked at both of them with a look of desperation. I've never asked for help in a very, very long time, but I will need your help.
Well,
Empleon walks up.
Garth
Okay.
says,
I think we all need help occasionally. Like with me wanting to murder that mage.
A very slight smile appears on her face as he says that. And Wolf walks over to her and licks her hand.
You are kind of a bitch, though.
Oh yeah, tell her.
Yes, Rune has informed me of that multiple times.
Okay, good.
No.
Well, you're a friend now.
to me,
Hope.
Friend.
I don't. Since you have that crystal ball, can you check to see if I even have a spell powerful enough to help fight this demon a second time?
Well,
I've already looked into your memory. It appears that whatever caused your resurrection has taken away, or at least locked away, the memories of your old spells. If I were to recommend a solution, I would suggest that while I am trying to track this down, since this will take some time,
I missed
you should go out, get stronger.
Yeah, I should probably go train and try to remember some spells.
Maybe check on your friend.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
how-
which one's my friend?
The one that broke the floor?
Oh, yeah, Garth wants to like.
Oh, don't
fall
forget!
through
Don't
the
forget
roof.
about Rune. I mean, you don't know what the hell happened to him. He left.
Well,
Yeah.
Garth wants to like go find Rune and then check. No. He wants to fall through the floor and check on Ares and then look for Rune.
Okay. he just leaps down.
Hey, buddy, you okay?
Fucking table,
So-
Bud.
Hey, buddy,
I love that.
you okay?
That was funny when he did that and he was floating over the air.
He's just hovering above Ares.
I love that. Hey,
Hey,
bud.
buddy.
So, how can I help?
That's gonna be Garth's thing, by the way. For this whole campaign.
At the moment, you have done all you can, but I would suggest following the others, getting stronger, and whenever I am able to find your creator, I will take you to them. They would obviously listen to you more than they would me.
Okay.
Does Templeon walk down?
Yeah, he leaps down.
He leaps down too, along with Wolf.
Hello.
And as they're both down there, because Ares is still outside, and we'll go into what's going on with him in just a sec. But as they fall down, they actually see Rune is there. He did not leave the Adventurers Guild, and what it looks like he's doing is he is frantically flipping through the jobs on the job board. Come
Why
on.
does this do this bullshit?
There's gotta be
Goddamn
something.
Hey, Rune.
Guys, perfect timing. I'm trying to see here if there's some job where we might be able to find your creator.
Oh,
I'm back.
okay.
I didn't hear none of that because my phone decided to take a dump.
Rune is frantically flipping through the job listings because he did not leave the room because he was afraid. He left the room because he thinks that they can find a job where they might also be able to find Templeon's creator.
Oh.
People post weird shit on this thing all the time. So if we can find a job that has to do with some magic item or something, or dark magic, whatever, we might be able to find a clue.
Like that one?
Templeon points, and it is a job listing for a gauntlet. As they take down the listing and they read it, it says that there is an ancient treasure known as the Magi Gauntlet, which hinted to it being owned by the Magi civilization. This gauntlet could seemingly allow anyone without much inner magic to be able to use dark magic on a whim. However, while it was placed in a museum in a town not too far from their current location, the town of Partha, it has been stolen by orcs.
Oh no!
Well, guess we're going orc hunter.
Yay, we get to go kindly talk to the orcs and ask them to give our stuff back. Or give them the
Or-
museum stuff back.
Or I can cast a spell and make them float and then make them talk.
Oh, whichever comes first.
I like my idea.
Let's go grab Ares.
He's
And
sitting
I
outside
And I
with
have
his leg broke.
Templeon go and literally grab Ares.
Yes. So as they go
I
outside,
want to write that.
they see Ares sitting out with the Tiefling, who was just kind of like patting his back, trying to make him not be as pissed as he currently is.
He's not that he's
No,
pissed, he's just
The
sad.
the only reason why
he's out
Ares
there-
is mad. The only reason why Ares is mad is because he just got a
No,
spilling back
no,
and then he fell to the
he's
floor.
not-
while
He's not mad. He's extremely depressed.
Why? Because he lost his leg again.
No, because of the forest. He loves the forest.
Where he's patting his
I
back
just
to try to get
imagine-
him to be less sad.
Yeah, I just imagine like when he was younger, he just remembers going through hikes in the like
And
random wooded areas.
does Garth currently have any chicken nuggets that he can give to Ares?
Yes.
He might not eat it, but alright.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah,
Yes.
here, buddy, have a chicken nugget.
He might be a vegetarian, but you know, no one ever cares about that. So
I mean, I can make it a veg. I can
Just-
make it a vegan.
I can make it a
Just-
veggie nugget.
I'm just imagining fucking. It's like it's D&D Christmas, and all of our characters are sitting around a campfire. Someone gives Templeon a gift, and he opens it, and he's like, "Man, this sucks." And Rune tells him like, "Oh, come on now, it's the thought that counts." And then he turns over to Rune, and he just stares at them, and then he's like, well, "There's your gift.
Remember,
You didn't give me anything. I
It's
thought
the
about
thought.
it."
Thought about
oh, I just realized he also has the mallet, I think, right?
I thought about it.
yeah.
I just remembered that.
The
Yeah,
thought
you
is
do have the mallet.
the thought is the gift.
The thought that counts,
You
yeah.
didn't give me anything, Templeon. Yeah, but I thought about it.
Remember, you just said the thought that
Like-
counts.
I'm extremely depressed because you know an entire forest is about to die over
Garth-
one person that will
Ares,
also
Ares,
die.
we found another way to maybe save the forest this time.
I can just turn it on to chicken nuggets.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it's just making it worse.
Wait,
That's food.
I found this job. Apparently, some ancient tech dark magic thing got taken by some orcs, and we're gonna go try to find it. We might be able to find Templeon's creator, or we might be able to somehow use this thing to maybe reverse the curse on the forest. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but it's
Good
dark
luck.
magic.
I
Good
think.
luck.
I'm just curious for future. Is Garth able to do a force field?
Eventually, yes, not right now.
Can Templeon go up to Ares and, like, grab him, like, just two hands on his sides? Like, he squats down and then just squats up holding Ares.
Yes.
Should I roll?
Only if Phoenix wants to fight it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, then you both gotta roll.
And I still have my
Oh.
inspiration.
I don't, man.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh,
Damn!
Yeah! You ain't touching me, bitch!
Jeez. Temple picks up Ares, but as he's picking up Ares just flexes so hard that it blows Templeon's arms off of him. Like,
Okay.
flexes
Okay.
so hard, like gusts of wind blow away.
Okay, children, don't be fighting. We're a team here. Can I
Stop.
cure him? Can I cure Templeon?
well,
No,
his
he's not
arms-
hurt.
Yeah, his
He
arms
lost his
didn't.
arm.
No, his arms didn't come off.
Oh, okay.
Well, it wouldn't matter anyways. His limbs are like floaty.
Oh
wanna
yeah,
put
that's
floaty
true.
I want to put Ares in a bubble. Can I do that?
And he could just mend himself anyway because he's made out of rock.
Can I put Ares in a bubble?
I don't want to have to fight
no.
you too.
I'm not scared of you.
Rune walks up to Ares. Look, man, I get it. You're torn up right now, but we might be able to save the forest. And if we don't do anything now, then the forest isn't going to be saved.
I want to kill someone with an anvil.
That is the idea.
I mean, they're orcs, so we're probably going to have to kill at least one of them.
With
I
an
mean, I
anvil.
was thinking we were gonna kill the dark mage.
Well, yes, that's a given.
I also want to kill them with an anvil, but you know.
Oh,
Well,
you all suck.
listen,
You're still my friends, but you suck.
Templeon, listen,
Thanks.
it's something you will learn is that most people are not good people in this world.
I really fucking hope that we go on this quest and all of the orcs are very nice.
I can't tell if that's you saying that or Templeon saying that.
It's what Templeon is thinking.
Okay.
I bet all of those orcs are upstanding citizens, productive
Man.
members of society.
I wonder if they have enough rocks.
This is gonna be the second time that Templeon befriends someone, and it's gonna be an orc.
Probably.
what's funny?
You're probably right.
And he's just going to sit there, and he's going to rub it in everybody's face every time he gets the chance, but it will always be accidental.
No, you know what I just thought of the most funny thing?
What?
If Templeon ever makes Garth mad, Garth can just turn him into a chicken nugget.
He's a different kind of stone.
And with that, it wouldn't work on Templeon. And with that, our group start their trek over to Partha, and the Tiefling waves them goodbye before disappearing in another puff of smoke. And I think that is a good place to end off tonight's session.